Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Quiltern Nations Series. Scotland going up against New Zealand today. What a game in store we have for this one. The Scotland team, a few changes from their huge win over the USA last week. Ben White and Finn Russell return in that half-back combo. Jamie Ritchie, Dempsey and Darge making up that back row. And New Zealand, few changes, 2 injuries to 2 of the 3. Barrett brothers, in comes Josh Lord in the number 4 shirt. Quinter Pyer moves back to inside centre to cover for the injured Geordie Barrett. In New Zealand's shirt today, then in the white kit, Scotland coming out at home in that ever notable blue jersey. Bit of a rainy day here in Edinburgh. Both teams coming into this one with full momentum behind them. New Zealand getting that win last week over Ireland. Scotland with an 85-0 win over the USA. Both teams got a lot to live up to in this game as Finn Russell to get us kicked off and underway. Noted down as that starting 10 for Scotland available for selection this week. And begins with a high ball into the air in returns. You can hear the bagpipes getting already around and the crowd loud today. Down in Edinburgh, and Ewan Ashman getting over for an early turnover for Scotland. In that breakdown, they ship it out towards his right-hand side, and captain Tui Pelotu tries to get them off to a strong start, but a loose ball going out there, and Caleb Clark now on a big break for New Zealand somehow gets that offload away to Lakai, chopped down at the legs, and Scotland in full retreat at the minute, and through goes Billy Proctor, got his opportunity today in that outside centre alongside of Quinter Pyer, with Geordie Barrett out injured now, hopefully coming back in a few games' time. It's Finn Russell. Manages to find a bit of a gap through. Goes to the grubber kick on. Still going around the outside. Is shut down by scrum half Roygaard. How good was he last week against Ireland? And Scotland trying to make their break up towards his left-hand side. But Sarvair, not an easy man to get past. They still try and probe down this left-hand side as they try and get it round there through Duhan van der Merwe. Little chip kick over and covered well by Jordan in that New Zealand fullback shirt. Ever reliable, ever dependable, ever a man to keep your eye out for scoring the tries today as well. He has got an incredible strike rate in that number 15 jersey for New Zealand. Slow ball for Roygaard, just trying to find their exit out of this zone. Still maybe just there dragged outside, and the ref says taken back, can't kick it straight into touch. Now they play up the short side once again for Fabian Holland. On the crash ball, slow ball once again. Eventually that kick getting out, and seeing that there's a bit of room back there, and Rowe will just let that one bounce out. Now Blair Kinghorn back in the side for Scotland, been ever busy since that Lions tournament, playing of course at club level. Moved on to the bench this week. Cal Rowe given the start once again in that fullback jersey. The first throw for Ewan Ashman is a good one, as Scotland trying to get off strong here on the striker at the back of that line-out. Well defended by New Zealand, not letting them through. And as they get out there to Rory Hutchinson, trying to make a bit of groom through the kicking game this time. Hasn't worked for them. Well swept up once again by Will Jordan. Just a bit short-manned, this Scotland attack, leaving them with no real options, having to go to the kicking game. And Hardy Sarvey this time runs in to the blue wall. No way through there, trying to find a different option, going left this time. Darcy Graham's off his wing to offer himself in defence, and Roygaard said he's had enough of letting the forwards take it on. Box kicking it over the top to his opposite number, White. Just taking it in. Gregor Brown has to step in as an acting scrum half there. A little pop pass to Duhan van der Merwe, who is a back but does operate like a forwards on those short crash balls. Not this time working for them. And Finn Russell trying to get around the outside of Lakai. Not able to make it work. They'll go back right this time, or maybe there's room out here. And Duhan van der Merwe got room to work with. Thinks maybe the grubber kick on, or maybe a bit of a late tackle coming in there by Will Jordan on the big man. They might go and have a look at that in the background, but New Zealand do recover. The ref has blown his whistle, and this time it's an offside actually going against New Zealand. At that breakdown, he's gone out to have a word with Will Jordan. I'm not sure if actually, maybe we've got the incorrect call. That might have been a late tackle off the ball. Could have potentially been something more as well, given how late that tackle came in on Duhan van der Merwe. Was he on to be able to get over for the try? Was there enough cover? The refs obviously believe there was cover in this one. And Finn Russell will step up to potentially take an early 3 here for Scotland, and will slide it through in front of this Murrayfield crowd. And Scotland take an early lead here. 3-0. Going the way of the men in blue, and the crowd coming alive in Scotland. Beauden Barrett then to restart us with a long kick into the arms of Dempsey. Chop tackle coming in against him. Ben White stepping up for a box kick just to try and find that territory game. He's kept it infield. Oh, it's not a great pickup though by Caleb Clark. Normally so reliable on the end of those balls, but dropped out of the hands, went backwards, so not a scrum. And then some miscommunications given Scotland a line out right up in this New Zealand half. There is some rain coming down around the stadium, so that ball can get a little bit slippery, and Caleb Clark on the receiving end of that first drop ball, but recovered by his teammates in the line out, able to get the steal. It's Fabian Holland at the back there. Oh, and it goes loose, and now Cody Taylor on the charge. Did have Lakai on the outside of him, didn't hear the call, and still trying to find their way through the short ball once again. Got some fantastic wingers out there with Leroy Carter on that right-hand wing, looking for the ball, but a little short inside pass once again for Holland. Up into the line. They go right into Barrett this time, and just trying to play that short man in the offside. Going in this time against Ben White. Ref going to have a word with Captain Tui Pelotu as well there, just to keep them honest, not letting them go anywhere. But that is easy territory meters for this New Zealand squad. Up towards touch, who also got that steal at the line-up. They'll feel very confident in that area at the minute. Mr. Mighty Williams has gone over to have a word with the referee. Maybe just trying to keep those teams honest around the breakdown. Maybe he thinks there's more that the ref hasn't seen along this game so far, as New Zealand opt to go long. Oh, and it's well taken this time by Scotland. It's 1 for 1 on each side now in those steals. Very, very good. Slow ball for Scotland, and stepping in there is Tui Pelotu, taking one of the first box kicks of his career. It's good work though, and gets it out, but New Zealand able to recover as Leroy Carter dragged to ground. Slowly but surely. A nice offload there, getting out to Lord. Wrestled to ground by his opposite number. Scotland looking just to try and probe a bit at that breakdown. Oh, they've gone back towards the right-hand side. There's got to be numbers out towards Caleb Clark. I don't think anyone's on this left-hand wing if New Zealand can notice it, and do, and through goes Proctor, hunted down. Caleb Clark tries to throw the short ball back on the inside. Some wild passing in coming in from New Zealand. The ref looks to be actually maybe playing an advantage in the background as well. Not sure what that one was for. And over they go. It's an offside once again. This time going in against Darcy Graham. Not sure what that was for at that breakdown. That might have been on that last pass coming out there. And this is within kicking range for Barrett, but they've turned it down. And they'll opt to go for the corner. The decent kick hasn't quite got maybe as close to that 5 metre line as he wanted, but his forwards will be happy to be up into the 22. And Cody Taylor now, keen eye on this line-out department. Both teams, a real arm wrestle. As this time Scotland goes short, New Zealand go long over the top, and that's a good pickup though. Oh, coming in by Jamie Ritchie, who's just booted the ball on the volley. Unfortunately not maybe finding the ground he would have wanted to. Oh, and through goes the drop goal. Coming in by Beauden Barrett, and they will draw it level at half-time. Big, big call there by the New Zealand number 10. Let's see what shakes up in this second half. Scotland versus New Zealand. Two teams coming into this one with a full head of steam. A rainy day in Murrayfield causing a few issues for both sides. A low-scoring game, only 3-3 at half-time. Opportunities certainly not coming numerously to get over the whitewash today. Scotland looking dominant early on. 64% of the territory up in that New Zealand half today, but they have struggled to spread their attacking line wide enough. New Zealand defensive work has been good today, really not giving Scotland a lot of options to get across that try line. A few handling issues coming in for both sides today with the wet weather. Drop ball from Caleb Clark allowed an opportunity for Scotland to move right up into that New Zealand half. A penalty given away by Will Jordan for a late tackle on Duhan van der Merwe allowed Scotland to take that 3-0 lead. New Zealand trying to bite back, 65% possession going their way. They've had the run of play with the ball in hand, but not being able to just find those clean line breaks, maybe not spreading that ball as wide as possible early on, maybe right at the end of the game could have gone for the 3 points. They chose to go for that kick into the 22. Interesting decision coming in by Beauden Barrett to take on the drop goal with space to work with. Took them to 3-all. Can't help think maybe just going for the penalty kick would have been the way to go. Maybe a bit of miscommunication, or maybe even look to have gone for that try. It's 3-all at half-time, all to play for. Let's see what happens in this second half. On to the second half then. And New Zealand to get us kicked off and underway. The man who scored that drop goal right at the end of the first half, Beauden Barrett, an interesting decision to be taken by this New Zealand squad. Really felt like they had a good opportunity there to maybe try and apply some pressure on the scoreboard. Just taking the 3. The coaches might have wanted a little bit more. That's well shut down by New Zealand. No easy outs, and Finn Russell dropped back in the pocket there. Oh, hasn't found touch, of course. Passed back inside the 22, so couldn't go straight into touch, and New Zealand want to try and make the most of this opportunity. Now they find themselves up in the Scotland half. Wide pass to Williams. Oh, gets the crash ball and just smashes his way through Darcy Graham there. Maybe the smallest man on the pitch running into the biggest man on the pitch. Bit of an odd shake-up there as Leroy Carter finds the first maybe clean break for this New Zealand side of the game. And being able to apply pressure there as Barrett passes wide. Well wriggled out by Tupai, getting out to Caleb Clark. He's a tough man to stop. Marching up towards that 5-metre line now. New Zealand, deep pass, back inside, and once again to Tupai, chopped down by Darge. Still looking, oh, they've gone back towards this left-hand side as Holland gets the break through the inside. Oh, the ball swept up, though, by Tui Balotu, the captain, having to step in. And Scotland pinned all the way back now on their own try line and just having to try and kick the ball, get themselves out of dodge. Scotland will survive an early attack here from New Zealand. And Cody Taylor looking to set up as a few subs looking to come on here. On comes Blair Kinghorn. It looks like Kyle Rowe is going off, as well as Matt Fagerson on for Scotland in that back row. Looks like Jamie Ritchie actually going off, so Matt Fagerson will move into that blindside flanker department. Jack Dempsey still staying on. Oh, the ball going loose, trying to run that interception line. Hasn't worked. Oh, and through goes Will Jordan. We spoke about him early game. If there's one man that can get across that whitewash, it is the New Zealand fullback of Will Jordan. Thought maybe, oh, that interception line coming in there by the man in the 16 shirt. Just not working for them. And Will Jordan, well, does very well. It's a very short in-goal area here today in Murrayfield, and nearly got his hand actually into that dead ball line. And New Zealand will take the lead for the first time in this game, as Beauden Barrett got that drop goal in the first half. Now to put them in the slightly further ascendancy with a successful conversion takes New Zealand out to 10. Scotland still remaining on 3. And Finn Russell to get this team restarted. It has been all New Zealand in this second half so far. Harrison also on then, going on for Ewan Ashman's that replacement hooker position. And in runs Matt Fagerson. Oh, actually outran his man a little bit there at the jump, and Scotland hold him up for the maul. Ref saying to use it. Oh, I think the long arms there of Scott Cummings have got around the man. And it's unplayable straight from the kickoff. And that will be a scrum going back the way of Scotland, as Harrison there having a few looks around the stadium. Just wants to keep an eye and make sure his fans. Murrayfield has gone awfully quiet from such a strong start for this Scotland team. And here we are, first scrum of the game. As Scotland actually losing the ball on that squeeze there. And looks like New Zealand will come away with this scrum. Roygaard passing the ball out and trying to ship it wide. Oh, Finn Russell couldn't get all the way across for Caleb Clark, who's moved out towards that midfield, and breaking through now is Beauden Barrett. Still making ground. The offload game from New Zealand, absolutely fabulous. And Leroy Carter's taken them all the way up into the Scotland 22. Scotland somehow survive with a turnover. It's slow ball though. Trying to work out how to get out of this one as Hutchinson, who's now making a bit of a charge, trying to keep their hands on the ball now, Scotland. They go right, out towards the new hooker, Harrison. Strong pass into the arms there of White on the charge. Still, nobody's tackling him. He's still making the break. What on earth is going on? He's still going. Nobody's tackled him and the ball has gone loose. I don't know what on earth is going on in this game. It's all taken a bit of a breakaway now. Somehow, the ref hasn't allowed that ball to go down. Ben White is in awe at what has happened. He has just stopped in the New Zealand try line area. And he's got it back. And he's scored a second try. It's 2 tries for the scrum half. The ref giving none of them. They might need a bit of an inquisition as to what on earth's happened there. In the last 30 seconds. On comes Damien McKenzie. He's hoping he can sort out this mess of a game. Of what on earth has gone on there. I don't think Ben White can quite believe it. He's put down the ball twice over that try line and the ref hasn't given it either time. But Scotland have ended up through all that chaos with a scrum on the New Zealand 5-metre line. And it's picked up then by Dempsey. Wrestled to ground. Oh, throws a speculative pass out the back. And Scotland maybe with their best attacking position of the game as Duhan van der Merwe. Oh, dives through the middle. And this time, though, the ref still wants to check it. It's quite incredible. Scotland are not getting the run of play today. The TMO wants to have a look at it, apparently. It looks like a decent enough grounding. And Duhan van der Merwe will get over for Scotland's opening try. Through the chaos, the ref has no other option but to award it. They've certainly looked to turn the Scotland team away from scoring at this point. And that will be a big, big turning point in this game if Finn Russell can get quite a testing kick here. But if he can get it over, it will draw the scoreboard level once again. It's a tough kick with the wind acting against him as well. Oh, but he's ever reliable, is Finn Russell, and slots it through to take this game to 10-all with just 15 minutes left on the clock. Bowden Barrett, such a strong restart at the start of this second half. Let's see if New Zealand can do it again. Going for the short high ball this time into the arms of Harrison. Oh, there's an enormous shot coming in there. And I think the ref's going to want to have a look at this as well. Looking dazed there is Harrison. And the ref's reviewed it. And that's a red card for Peter Lakai. And New Zealand will be down to 14 men for the rest of this game. A high shot coming in against Harrison there. And that could be an enormous turning point in this game. As Scotland move up then for the line out. They know they have that man advantage on their side. New Zealand going to have to answer strong for this one. The ball gone long. Oh, well stolen by Holland-Lowe at the front of that line out at a time where you need players to step up. It's great work by the New Zealand lock. And through this time goes Quilter, trying to not let that man advantage take them down. And Lord this time carries it up a few more metres. Ben White trying to get around to recover. There's a big gap out there, but Tamaiti Williams off the offload by the big man. Inside to the outside centre. Scotland managed to get it back as you can hear the bagpipes ringing around the stadium now. Edinburgh getting behind their team and an offload now out to Ferguson. Tries to get that pass back. Oh, to Duhan van der Merwe. And it hasn't worked. Caleb Clark happy with his defence there. It was 2-on-1. And managing just to get around the two Scottish players. There's New Zealand then for their line out. Cody Taylor. Much better this time. Oh, and they tried to play the short pass back inside. The handling errors in today's game have been numerous. And it's back to a Scotland line out. New Zealand tried to play the short ball back to Cody Taylor. And it hasn't worked for them. This time Scotland on the receiving end of a good pass there and still going wide. Oh, and Darcy Graham has got room to be able to work with here. 1-on-1 up against McKenzie. Slow ball. for Scotland, but there's room in that midfield. You can see it opening, and through goes Scott Cummings, tiring on the legs, and through goes Duhan van der Merwe. Have they got the opportunity to do something quite historic here as Scotland, once again, an offload getting out there to Matt Fagerson, one-on-one with Mackenzie, oh! And gets across the line, but the ref says held up. He can't get the ball down. It's incredible defence by the New Zealand backs to get back and stop him. Damien Mackenzie, body on the line, absolutely flattened in that one. But New Zealand will survive. This game has been something special today as Scotland's still looking to probe this left-hand side. Schooming out then to Duhan van der Merwe. Oh, he's got room to work with and still scything through. Still got the numbers out there. Oh, and it's another just outrageous pass. And it looks like Scotland can't finish the job. It will end 10-all in this game. What an absolutely manic game that one was. Sorts of handling errors, red cards, disallowed tries, tries that went down and sometimes didn't. Well, there we have it, guys. The Scotland versus New Zealand Quilter Series match ends in a 10-all draw in this one. Do you think this is something similar we could be seeing on the weekend, or do you think New Zealand or Scotland will come away with a win? Let me know your scoreline predictions down in the comment sections, guys, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.